Morning, everyone. Long time no see. I just got out of an El Salvadorian gulag because of current events. You know, it's also a current event. A lot of things, actually. 2 weeks ago, Katy Perry went to space on New Shepard. Oh my gosh! And when she came down, she kissed the ground, and she liked it. I think that's a correct reference, right? I don't know. I'm not familiar with pop stars. I listen to pirate metal, okay? And this spurned a lot of hoopla and discussion about space tourism and other things. And now, finally, you can have your official opinion on the subject. Okay, you're ready. Brace yourselves. Get ready for the official opinion on this, okay? This is what you're going to say from here on out. You're getting it from me. Who cares? Oh, look at that. It's that easy. Ignore the rest of this. Look at that. Who cares? Again, that's it. I know the crew, the gals on the flight are trying to ascribe certain things to this and go, oh my, it's a triumph for women, it's a whatever. Just, here's the answer. You wanted to go to space, you got the opportunity, you could afford it, you took it. There you go. It's like being a tourist anywhere. If you have the mode of opportunity to go be a tourist, you can do that. Okay, it's your prerogative. Okay, so, but this, of course, spurned some discussion. Okay, we'll address the conspiratorial things. Yeah, they went to space. New Shepard goes on a suborbital trajectory. Okay, that means it goes up and comes back down. Doesn't go to orbit, but it does go into space. It goes past the Kármán line. They're in space. Those people spend, 3 minutes in space? They can float around, do whatever they want to do, announce their new album, I guess, and that's it. And then they come back down. Okay, it's a lot less intense than orbital flight. It's also a lot less expensive than orbital flight. Those two are related, by the way. Okay? It's not fake. It's real. Space flight is real. Oh, gosh. Okay, so here's some of the arguments I was seeing of them. There's so many. Okay, so first is the environmental one. Okay, New Shepard is not an environmental catastrophe waiting to fly. They're not rolling coal every launch. Okay? Yeah, there's some debate on, making liquid hydrogen is not exactly the friendliest thing to do, from what I understand. But overall, New Shepard, Blue Origin, and Van Horn is not that bad, okay? I've driven through there. I've actually driven through Van Horn, okay? It's not that bad. What they're doing is it's not like they're launching in the middle of a protected wetland or anything, right? It's not like they're doing that. Okay, we're going to touch a little bit on social issues, okay? Is this a triumph of feminism, or is this, rainbow capitalism? Who cares? No, whatever. It's an all-female flight. That's great, good for them. It's space tourism, whatever. Is every girl's trip to Cancun a triumph of feminism? No, it's nothing to do with it. Okay, that's it. That's our hot debate. We're not gonna debate that anymore. Okay. Okay, so this brought up space tourism. Always brings up this debate on economic inequality in the United States. Katy Perry going to space is not the reason our healthcare system is the way it is. Okay, that the money that Katy Perry spent is not going to fix much. Okay, it could fix some things, but again, we're not here. Again, I don't want to wade into these things because it's beyond the purview of my channel. It's beyond the purview of what I know. Okay, it's a tough debate to have. Okay, now, for those of you who are curious, I did take the 8 values test once, because I'm a Sagittarius, of course, and it said I was a social democrat, so there you go. There's my opinion on that. There's a debate to be had about income inequality in the United States, especially current events with certain people buying things that they probably shouldn't be able to. Okay, current events, we'll leave it there. Okay, space tourism is not the hill to die on. Okay, there's plenty of other things to do. I know some people will say that as this is look, there's people flying into space. Was kids starving in Africa? The United States went to the moon after the Civil Rights Movement. I mean, MLK Jr. died in 1967, 68. Oh no, I'm terrible at this. Same year we went to the moon for the first time. Things happen. Both good and bad things can happen at the same time. Sorry, I guess. Again, trying to talk about this is a nightmare. Okay? Because this requires me to think, and I don't want to do that. And you don't want to do that either, okay? Thinking, bad. We're going to stop that right now, okay? But this is not, it's just tourism, okay? It's tourism. Do you want me to start climbing into your, to your political and social beliefs every time you go take a trip to Niagara Falls or the Spam Museum? No. Or the Grand Canyon? Now I know, scale and scope. Not getting into this, okay? Same thing, and this just kind of bleeds into space tourism in general. Okay? The official opinion on space tourism in general. It's not, let's not couch it with the pretenses of triumphing for humanity and saving the day. No, you hopped in a rocket and took a quick hop into space. Who cares? It's fun. I'd do it if I could. Why not? I don't even like flying. I'm afraid of heights, okay? Space tourism has sometimes been touted as the killer app to make space travel commonplace, so everybody can go, right? To go work and live in space, and no, I don't subscribe to that. It's all backwards. As soon as we can come up with a good reason to send people en masse into space to live, work, and the other things, space tourism will grow out of that because, you need staying power to go into space. And I know there's plenty of Earth analogs like, well, you've been to Niagara Falls, but do you live there? Of course not. You've been to the Grand Canyon, do you live there? No. Okay? People still, space is weird in that regard, in that you can and can't compare it to Earth, but we're just going to leave it there. I want to do an end of mission special on space tourism because I think it'd be fun to joke about. There's a lot of weird ideas about it, but space tourism as a whole is just whatever. Now, obviously, a looming economic recession, thanks to a singular current event, will start bringing up debates on this again, especially with the space program and the state it is. Be prepared for those. As a good space advocate, you should know how to advocate for space flight. Just saying. Get ready for that, though. And of course, space tourism brings the questions, well, what about Earth? And you wrestle with that all the time. Again, good and bad things can happen to anybody and everybody. Thinking is hard. And sometimes when we do have these discussions, I do think about I was kind of a space tourist in a sense, where I went to the Philippines. The Philippines, of course, is a very poor country, and I went to Siargao. It's a nice little island, kind of a tourist spot if you're Australian, I guess, or Philippine. And it's very impoverished there. Manila you can see that the Philippines is not exactly a very wealthy nation, even going into Manila or the bigger cities, but you get out into places like Siargao, out in the province, and you can tell this is a country that does not have much money. And I saw a lot of that when I was there. I was riding in the motorcycle, and it's got like a cab around it, like a tuk-tuk or something, I don't know what it's called. I was riding on one of those across the island to a beach, and we went through and saw a village or two, and it's like something you see. It's the things you see in the news about developing nations and people in extreme poverty. It's the cement buildings, like cinder block buildings, and the cement walls, and the tin roofs or wooden roofs, and there's not much running water. I mean, where I stayed, General Luna, the only town I guess on the island, blackouts daily. Just have rolling blackouts every once in a while, and I saw that kind of poverty, and I still think about it to this day. And I don't know how this relates to space tourism exactly, but I didn't need to go to space to see the Earth, to see that we do have problems here. And when I hear about how space will solve all of them, I do wonder, as I went through Siargao and through the poverty, I thought, okay, how does it help these people? What about them? And I don't know.